It's the hardest Polish recipe I've made so far from Treasured Polish Recipes for Americans. Partly because baking is just hard for me in general, and partly because the methods and ingredients are just different in the US. And making this gave me some really good insight on how and why the diaspora's food shifts from the food of the homeland. Poppy seeds is one of the main ingredients, and it's not that they're impossible to find in the US, but it's just not something that you grab in bulk in most stores. You'll usually only see them in a spice jar in most grocers in the US, and for a recipe like this, it's going to call for a full cup, so that's already a challenge. More specifically, it calls for ground poppy seeds, and honestly, just forget about it. I think a lot of people probably just grind their own, but that requires a special grinder. Actual poppy seed grinders exist, and you're going to see them in other cultures where they will use them more regularly, but it's just not something that we have here in the US, at least not in typical stores. You can still get them on Amazon. So I tried my food processor because I read it would work, and let me tell you, it did not. So for a recipe that basically revolves around a poppy seed filling, you're kind of starting at a disadvantage. And for a lot of people, it's just not worth tracking down specialty ingredients and tools that are going to cost more than the recipe itself. And that's how substitutions happen. That's how shortcut versions take hold, and that's how the food evolves. Because people are adapting to what they have. It's not because they don't care. So no, this is not the world's most perfect Makowiec, but it still came out. And let's be honest, that still counts.